I have started my new piece. This is my reference right here. It's supposed to be rain. Of course, I got a lot of work to do that. I have just barely got started. I went ahead and blocked in with the lighter color because I didn't want to take a chance on it smearing. I am actually thinking about using these. Can you see that? I mean, it's kind of backward. Figure out where the camera is sitting. Just a bit. These are woodless pastel pencils. So I'm thinking about trying them. Can you see that? It's not getting much. So it's just, but I wonder about the binder. Because you don't want anything oily on a pastel painting. Oops. I thought I might try getting some of these lines and stuff in with these pencils. So I'm going to try to move the easel over a little bit because I don't have any way to put the camera, nothing to put it on other than the shelf over here beside me. Okay. Let's see if I have anything. I think I have these colors marked somewhere. Oh. I swatched all my art supplies, but guess what? I don't remember where I put my swatches. I swatched all these pencils, and I cannot remember where I put it. You would think I would have put it in this tin, but nope, didn't do it. So, okay. I guess I'll just need some blank paper and swatch as I go. Let me see, do I even have any paper in here? Oh my gosh, I could have planned ahead, you know. But nope, I did not plan ahead because I just wanted to jump on here and hang out with you guys. Because I think about it a lot of times, but then I end up not turning anything on and I just go straight into painting or whatever. And I really wanted to start hanging out with you guys. This is yellow. I don't know how. This is kind of yellow. That might affect the way the color looks. Do I not have any white paper in this house? Wow. I don't have any paper. Got notebook paper, but it has lines on it. I don't know why. Brutus, go away. Sorry for the dog noises. Of course, you know there are lots of dogs here. If they get to barking or anything, I'll try to mute. What about... That's got lines on it too. I guess could use lines. That's got lines on it. Ugh. I could use the back. Yeah, I can use the back of some sheets. Alright, so I'm going to be looking for some of these. Is that on the screen? I wish I could get closer with it. I'll just go ahead and pull this off. So I'm going to be looking for some of these colors. So yeah, I got it ahead of myself, and I went ahead and blocked that in because I was so excited about the clouds and the rain. And when you're excited about something, you go ahead and do it. All right, so now we're going to look at colors, the more methodical part of painting, the planning part. Why is it not? Oh. And as you can see, I use a magnetic board, painting board, and I found that that works very well for me. Can you see? I do wish it was more toward the camera. I'll do. Is that better? That's a little better. I think it's a little better. There we go. You can see a little better now. Okay. So I'm seeing grays and yellows and oranges in there. But of course, gray, you have cool grays and you have warm grays. This is a good example. This is a warm gray, and this is a cool gray. Can you see that? Let's see if I can get close to the camera. Is that good? I don't know if you can see. So we've got the two color grays. Can you see that? The light's not on it good. Maybe I got the light on the camera. Is that better? Okay, so yeah, you can't really see that good. You can really tell in person. So we have warm grays and we have cool grays. And this painting is very warm. There's a little cool, now I might use this cool gray in her shirt. But all the background and everything is very warm. So I'm going to hold out this one, get my little block out here. Alright, so now, so that's going to give us some grays and our blacks. Come out of black. Now, I'm not sure if these blacks are going to be dark enough. Maybe. I'll try. Alright, so browns. There's not a lot of colors in this one set, but I'm just going to try to get my outlines good with these, since they have points. Now this is very red and burgundy kind of brown, and you don't see that anywhere in this reference. So I don't even see that color in there. I may not. I'm really looking for these light edges, which is a very, very pale, almost a yellow, but kind of a yellowy orange, almost a peach color. So let's look over here, see what this is going to look like. It's kind of dark, but it would work just for the lines. Let's see. Well, let's look at the yellows and see. Now this might work better. See that? This is more yellow than that, but I'll be able to color back over it. Like I said, I'm just looking for something to get these lines in, the outlines. Might use that. It's either this or that. Oops. Almost dropped it. These are the two I'm looking at. I may just go ahead and use that one for the outlines. So I'll use my pastel pencils for the main coloring in. So let's see what else we got here. We've got some whites. I've already got this white in here. Just use that one. This right here. Alright, so that's enough to get started. I might have to put my other board up here so that I have something to put over here. And of course Brutus is in the way. Brutus. Not sure I can reach my board because he's in the way. Okay. Get the dust off of it. Oh my gosh. And if you like that relaxing Celtic type music, that is the song I made. You can find me on Bandcamp. Bandcamp. I put my music there under Druid's Hound Inn. That's one of my websites where I do folklore storytelling. And that is the name for my music. So, if you like it, check it out. I've got a lot of singles on there. That one, I believe, is part of an album. I need more of these things. Brutus, what are you doing? What are you doing? Alright, I'm going to see if I can get some more. I don't know, I might need it up higher. Just put some up here. Because I'll end up needing plenty. Alright. I hope that tape I put around there doesn't mess up. I can see the outline. I hope it didn't put any residue on there that's going to mess it up. We'll hope for that. Okay, so I'm going to get some grays in here on this wood. I wonder if I should put the, I might have to put the, who is whining and why? I wonder. I think it's Hannah. She's just laying on the bed. I don't know what she's whining about. I thought it was her. I don't know. Okay. I don't want my hand to touch the surface of the paper, because the oil from your skin will definitely affect the way pastel sticks to the paper. You'll end up with like a shiny spot or something, so we do not want to do that. So always keep the glassine sheets. Okay. So that my hand is not on the paper. And I don't want to mess up what I've already done too. Okay, so let's see here. We've got very dark wood around this window frame. Now I'm thinking it probably, the header goes straight across. I'm thinking probably. I think I actually need a whole, I'm missing a board. Yeah, I'm missing a whole board right here. So we'll just add that in right there. No problem, we can fix that right. Let's see. Let's see, we're about this far down. Yeah, it's about right where I had that tape. So mainly I'm wanting to cover up the white lines where I sketched in my outline or layout. Make sure all that white is getting covered up. I really need a lighter picture. My picture is really dark. It's hard to see. This is actually an old curtain. We're going to have like just a really old curtain. I wonder if I can put something over there. I really don't want to mess up my sky. Let's see. Don't want to mess up my sky. So I'm going to put this paper right over there. It's actually the cutout I used to put the tape on. There we go. Okay, I'm going to have to actually get my picture on my tablet and lighten it up a lot to see what's going on in some of these areas. But like I said, just mainly right now I'm wanting to get the white lines out of the way. And we've got the rough edges of the rock here. And it's going to be a lighter color. But I'm going to go ahead and outline it in gray just to get that in there. I'm not sure what I want. This is the curtains over here. So I know this is part of the curtain. And we've got like, I'm thinking this is going to be a book. On top of, I don't know what yet. Maybe a box, keepsake box or something. And we're going to have a knife here. And we've got our old wood table. So we're going to get that marked in here. Oh, one thing I forgot to do, I needed to mark off my 8x10 so that it'd be easy, once I'm finished, it'll be an easy thing to mat and frame. Because I'm probably going outside my 8x10 lines already. And this may not be, I mean, I hope this isn't too boring for y'all. Because I know, but you might be interested in the starting point, you know, how paintings get started. It's not all the laying in beautiful colors and all the details. You know, you got a lot of stuff at the beginning that's just, is this a table? It almost looks like one of them old school desks, but I think I'm going to make this more of a table. So maybe some wood down here and a leg. And over here we have another curtain, and we have an old cabinet. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this old wood. It's going to be cool. I'm going to enjoy that. And this is I don't know if I want this to be like a vase or something like a crock that you would put liquid or some soup in or something. I'm not sure what I'm going to make that into. I will decide that later, and I just want to kind of give her dress just a little outline, even though it's not going to be gray. It's actually more warm. But just, like I said, to get some of these white lines out. Okay, that's probably all I'm going to do with this gray. So I'm going to stick it back in the little box here. So far they're doing pretty good. But I'm ready to get back to my pan pastels really pretty soon. I hope y'all are seeing this. Okay. Alright, so I know over here This edge is definitely going to be yellow. So we're going to go ahead and get this edge in. See, the pan pastels are very soft, and so it's hard to keep those edges unless you've already got them blocked in with something else. So I want to make sure I'm keeping some of these edges. Alright, now this here's more going to be a white. Oh, yeah, I think I've got a white. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch that in. And I'm going to go ahead and use the yellow for this because it's actually going to be more of an orange, but that's okay. This is fabric over here, and it needs to be more of a reddish rusty color. And this table's going to be kind of yellow. I have to get my little knife right there. Up here we've got the board, and then we've got like the bottom of a stone. What do you call I know like a door it would be a lintel, but do you have lintel, isn't it? Or do you have lintels over windows? Is that what they'd be called? Alright, my little things are getting in the way. Alright, this right here is probably going to be a yellow. Well, got 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I need the lightest color to be here. And that is pretty much the curtain rod. It's going to be a piece of wood. Alright, so now I'm going to put that up. And we're going to do the black just to get, the paper's charcoal, so, but I do want to get some nice heavy, and I do think my pastel pencils are darker than this. And the side of this shutter is in shadow, so I'm going to just color that in. Everything's very loose right now. All the little tightness will be coming later layers, so don't worry. So see where it's got like the dark between each layer? I'm going to drop that in under the curtain rod, and under the stone, and then under the wood. Well, that's stone too. No, the stone's right here. Yeah, under the stone. And it's hard to do this with my little magnets in the way. And so I'm going to have on the side here. Get that in, and between the boards. And this has got a double board on this side. I'm going to have a single on the other side. Remember, you are not constrained in any way to your reference. You can change anything you want to because you are the artist. And you kind of make these decisions as you go. What seems to work. Okay, so under here, this is pretty dark. Probably going to be some blue in here. It's almost teal-like looking. And this is dark. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the messing up right there. Okay, the dog stopped barking. I'm not sure what they were barking at. I thought my son was home. Then they'd be barking like crazy, but no one came in, so we're just smoothing everything out. You need to try not to blow on your painting. Why? Because, one, there's moisture in your breath. And moisture and pastels don't mix. Not well, anyway. And when you breathe back in, you might be breathing in some pastel dust. And pastel dust is toxic, and we do not want to be breathing it in. Which reminds me, I need to switch on my air purifier back here, which I forgot to cut on. But, you know, I'm not creating a whole lot of dust yet, so I went ahead and switched that on. You need to be in a ventilated area, or at least have, like I use, a air filter. And I use this for blowing. It's a, what do you call these things? I can't think of what you call them. But I got it at Walmart in the pharmacy. Bulb. I think it's called a bulb. Yeah. I think having this in this dark paper is gonna be good. I actually have like a whole pad of the big size in this color, but I haven't used it but once, because I have found that even though I like the different colored Pastelmat, the darker the color, the more whatever surface stuff they put on there to make it have color, it's like the more of that that's on the paper, the less pastel it'll hold. Like the white Pastelmat will hold a lot more layers than, say, this, or the burgundy red, or the dark blue. Now, I've used the burgundy red for my after party painting, because all the bridesmaids' dresses were in burgundy, so it worked really well. And I've used this charcoal for the gorillas painting, where the mom and the baby gorilla with the butterfly. But I found out doing both those paintings that, like I said, you could not get as much pastel in there because of whatever it's got on the paper already. So, but this one is going to be kind of loose. It's not going to have a lot of light. There's not a lot of light areas that would need multiple layers. So I think it's going to work okay. I should have left that yellow out. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put in some of the dress. I do not want to get my hand on there. So Now we're going to have a, get these layers of fabric kind of blocked in. And this is all blocking. This is not detailing, this is getting in some shadows. I gotta do the mountains soon. Alrighty, I think that's going to be enough of the black. I think that's all I'm going to do with those pencils. And I'm trying to keep a record step by step. So I am going to take a picture of this stage. Oops. Get my camera out. Okay. So I'll have a process, photos of the different processes. You know what I mean. Brutus, you need to get out of the way. Brutus is really being in the way. Didn't want to be on camera though. Look at you. Okay. So now I'm going to start pulling out my pan pastels. Oh, what color should I start with? There's a lot of grays, so I think I want to start with the colors and block in some colors. I might start with this here, which is a rust color. Now, would I have put that in my, I guess I would put that in my reds or browns. Kind of hard to tell. Let's see, I do have my pan pastel swatched. So I think this is going to be red oxides. And I need to get my pan pastels, oh, there's dust all over it. Use these sponge applicators, which I need to put some new ones on here. But I'm cleaning it off a little bit. Alright. Gosh, it's a dust on there. I want to make sure this has got some warmth in it. Okay, the whole 8x10 thing is going to be a problem. I really need to fix that. I need to fix that. Okay, so see if I can find my tape. And let's see. because I have a tendency to just make my painting keep growing and growing, and then when I go to frame it, it's no longer a standard 8 by 10, 11 by 14. It's some weird size, which my framer, who is amazing, of course, can custom cut a mat, but it's just, I really want to try to be more consistent with standard sizes. Alright, so it should be 8. I'm trying to think of where I need to start my line at. Did I really go that far over? Oh, my goodness. Okay. I think the easiest way, this I printed it at 8 by 10. So I'm going to actually just cut off the edges and then tape. That way I'll know exactly where to take my painting. And I need to do this the easy way because I actually have a paper cutter. So I'm going to move this back for a minute. We're going to fix this. Because you need to get all the basics fixed before you get too into it. Ask me how I know. Because I do it way too often. Alright, so I need to get this right on the exact spot. Okay, that's all. Curved, come on. Give me a break. Uh-oh. Okay. Now, we're going to put this right on here. Try to match up exactly where everything is. Where I had it on here when I first sketched it out. Did I really go that far over? Yeah, look, see, I'd already gone over this far. Oh my gosh. I'm so bad about that. And this is something I should have done at the very beginning, instead of jumping into it. But you can see how far I've already painted out of the painting outside the lines. And that's part that would be cropped out from the mat, so it doesn't need to even be on there. And I should have done this at the beginning, but I did not. I'm sorry. I got this artist tape. It's not real sticky. But I got it from Temu. Because I thought I was getting like... It sounded like you were getting so much. I got like 5 rolls. And look how tiny these rolls are. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I thought I was getting something. But I have found some good stuff on Temu. I was able to get... Oh, come on, tear. A bunch of these little foam replacement things, because if you buy them from Pan Pastel, they're expensive. And you go through them so fast. And these little, I love these things. I got these, a whole bunch of them from Temu. The thing is, they're great for blending pastel on Pastelmat. Now, whether it would be good on regular paper, I don't know. But as far as on Pastelmat, they are amazing. And I love them. I've got, they come in a pack like this. And they've got other blenders like this that is actually a brush. I do not ever use brushes on my paintings. It takes off too much. These are foam, but they work amazing, especially from getting those soft backgrounds, like the background in the heron painting I just finished. It was all Pan Pastels blended with those foam blenders. Okay, y'all. Think I got it. Now I can take this off. Oops. Oops. Now, maybe I can color inside the lines. What do you think? Better. Yep. Okay. Now I have to remember what I was doing. Oh yeah, I was doing this little piece of fabric down here with some red oxide. Oh, that might be too light. Maybe a little. The highlights, and then I'll definitely have to put in with pencil. But one thing I have found that works really good is whatever hint of color you see in your reference, whatever hint, tiniest little hint, put some in the Pan Pastel background stage. It shows through. Believe me, it will show through, and it gives it a lot of dimension. Don't try to put it on top. Put all those extra little shades, put them in the back, this stage. And it's worked really well for me. And like on this thing right here, I'm not sure if you can see it in the, there's green in there. There's green in there. You know why she needs to sweep her floor, why she got green on her floor, I don't know. Maybe maybe this is in a house, maybe it's like a farm, like it's part of the barn maybe. She's out there doing some work, maybe, you know, you don't know. It's a story. Everybody who views it is going to read the story different. They will make the story. Maybe they've seen a cottage like this and they know what it is, maybe. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put that green on the floor because it will come through the last layers. You're going to see that some over here. Try not to do it with your fingers. Try not to. Because again, you have moisture, you have oil on your hands. I think that's a yellow green. I actually want a little bit more green in there. So grab that. Chromium oxide green is going to be the closest. So, yeah, that yellow green was too yellow. This is better. I mean, this could be like greenery coming up through the stones in the floor, especially if this is a barn. Maybe she's out there, she's got a bucket here, maybe she's been milking the cows or something and just stopping to check the rain. Like I say, it's a story. Wait a minute. I thought, what was I looking for? No, that's not going to work. Let me check again. Chromium oxide green. There we go. And do not worry about it looking too bright, because this is your underpainting. This is your below levels that are just going to peek out a little bit through the finished piece. And we're going to blend that in there. We're going to blend this in there a little bit. Okay. And black's going to, a lot of these areas are going to be covered in black anyway. So this wood color almost has some green in it. I think I'm going to just just drag some of that green on this wood, because to me it has a little bit of a green tint to it. And of course it's going to reflect up onto whatever it's next to too. Alright, now we're going to see what kind of browns we have. I have a lot of pencils. And the one color I still can't get. I think I have over 700 different pastel pencils. Plus my pan pastel collection and like those wood ones I showed you. And still trying to find something that is a grayish brown is so hard. Kind of an umber, kind of. Very hard. So we're going to look. I'm thinking raw umber of this color, which that's the color in pencil I can't seem to find. But let's see. Clean it off a bit. So you can see this is, I'm going to use this a lot in here, just blocking in. And I'm going to come back over here with a lot of gray on these in the other layers. But we're going to start off because it's got some warmth underneath. And I want to catch that. Because even though the rain out the window is bright, it is cool, very cool, blues and purples and things like that. So I want to make sure everything inside has a warmer feel to it. Even these stones, we're gonna put some of this umber on there. And again, this is just my background colors. These kind of things are going to peek out through the final layers, but we've got a lot of layers to go. So, and hopefully, you know, some people might like this. It's something new I'm trying. This is only the second one I've done. First one on this piece. I did a little bit on the heron, which I finished. So, we'll see. I just want to share a little bit of the process. Definitely there's some warmth up here in this curtain rod for sure. But also in these boards. Okay, now let me get my little, get them loose off there. Alright, now, let me see. Oh, hey, lovely. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit. Appreciate that. Okay. I think I should go ahead and block in some of this light color before I go too far with the, when you need to blend in something small, that's when I use the blending sticks. Is that what they call them? Or nubs? Nubs. And And this one needs cleaning for sure. Clean your nubs. Definitely. So we're going to try to soften some of this white in there. Push it down into the tooth of the paper. And again, this is Pastel Mat. It's the only paper I use. Once I started using it, there was no going back. No going back. Alright, so I'm going to... Do I need to put... need something small, light colored. Well, I'll do that for the sheep. I'll do a little bit gray here for this little sheep. And a little bit light over top. Push him into the tooth so he doesn't get erased. Alright, so I don't see any brown. I mainly just see greens in that background, but I'm not sure if it's... Let's see. Thinking maybe like this for here. And that is a blue-green light. So this might be too light. Oh, this don't. I don't know where all the little fuzzy stuff comes from. I guess dust bunnies. Is that the fur from the dust bunnies? Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. I told you not to do that, and I did that. It is a hard habit to break. Alright, in here, there is the shadows actually are teal. So I'm going to have to go, but I'm going to go ahead and put in these greens first. Doesn't really look like green. I'm just going to dab that in there. Get a little bit darker. Tone down this green a little bit. Oh, this, I think this would have been better. Bright yellow green. And one other thing I have learned, always go darker than you think you're going to need to. Because the top layers, it's really easy to add light over top of it. But I have had so much trouble in the past where I just couldn't get it dark enough because my underpainting was too light. So go ahead, get your darks in. Get those darks in first. Okay. Now this right here, I got green on That water is kind of blue. It's one of those hard colors. Is it blue? Is it some purpley? Or is it teal? It's hard to tell. I might just put a little bit of the lightest phthalo blue. Am I breaking the rule I just said to go as dark at the beginning? Go darker at the beginning, and light phthalo blue is the lightest blue. So yeah, I'm kind of, well, I'm going to block that in, and I'm going to go back in and put some darks in. Okay, so, no. I don't know, are you seeing this? No. And no. Dang it. No. Finding one that's going to work. I don't want it to be... I think I'm actually going to mix two, and then you can do this. It's not hard. What you... Let's see. Give me another clean piece of paper. And what you do... I think this is going to be the best. Yeah, and it's phthalo blue, because I had... Sorry, I'm losing my voice. And I want something in between. And this is supposed to be in between. But I don't think that's in between. It's still, this is too bright. So what I'm going to take some of this phthalo blue shade. And I'm going to take the phthalo blue light. I'm going to mix it in there. Let's see. I don't know, when I do that, it almost looks more purple on the thing. But we're going to just add it in here. Just get some dark in here. And we'll lighten it up with pencils later. Because I'll be able to match the color much better with the pencils than I can with the pens. Because I don't have as many, I mean, this is not as much of a range. And make sure I have some of this color in the sky. Kind of like my sky, I don't want to mess it up. Just make sure I have some of that color in there. And maybe even a little on the windowsill. Okay. What else? Okay. Like I said, right now we're still just blocking in. Now her shirt is a, I'm going to say kind of a bluish gray. Let's see what I have when it comes to grays. Now when I put this next to it, I don't know if you're seeing this. Is it neutral enough? It may be. But I need to be darker. Gotta get my darks in first, remember? What I just told myself. Get your darks in first. So we're going to put in some of the darker shades. And how much detailing you do after the fact? Totally up to you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a very loose and undetailed pastel painting. A lot of artists do that. So, you know, it doesn't need to be too... I lately have been doing, like in, putting like mostly soft and painterly over most of the canvas, or canvas paper. But then have one or two spots to where it's tightly rendered with good detail. You know, so you have different focal points. So I've been doing that with my wildlife painting. Like, you know, the sky and the heron was really, really loose. But the face and feathers and all were very detailed, so. Uh, Now I think this has a lot more blue in it. So this is more of a blue-gray, yeah, blue charcoal. So I'm going to put that in for the darks for this bodice, I think I should call it. And again, I'm trying to get rid of these white lines. Alrighty then, now I'm going to get my bigger way around. And we're going to put in some of the blacks. I still want to put blue in there. And I might put her some feet in here. I don't want her floating. She's not a ghost. But I'm going to have to research, pull my reference up on the computer so that I can actually lighten it tremendously to see if there's actually any details in the lady's feet to where I could put in there. If not, I might make them up. Oh crap, look what I just did. Got it over my white area. Now these areas here, I'm not going to try that with this. I'm going to do that with a black pencil, black pastel pencil, so that I can keep it straight and not smudge the edges of the other stuff. And this vase, or like I said, I still don't know whether I want that to be a vase or want it to be more of a crock kind of thing. But I want it to be real nice and dark. It has a nice dark shadow there. Okay, what color did I have? I can't find the color I had before. What was it? Was it green? Alright, now I'm going to start picking some pencil colors, where I'll be able to start blocking in some actual... And I've already got this light color there, and a white. And I will need a good black. Caramello is a good black. Needs trimming. These Cretacolor chocolates are really good dark. So I might have to use some of those. So I'm gonna oh crap, it's not gonna fit. I'll come back to it if I need it. And I have my whites. Alright. What else I'm gonna need? Browns. Where's my brown? Okay, so we need this color here. I may be able to use that one. Get that one. When I'm picking colors, I don't look at brands, I'm just looking at the colors. A lot of these are, some are softer, some are harder, but to me it matters the color. I'll deal with the softness or hardness as I work with it. What do you think of that color? I think it goes with it. It's got the yellow tones. I think it's going to work. Okay. I think I can use those same colors in her skirt. If I could find anything like these gray colors. No, that's not going to work. Because they've got a brown tone to them. And that's a very, very dark brown. And it's kind of neutral. I might hold that out just in case. Now I'm not going to use any of these red tones because this is more of a yellow toned browns. Alright, that'll get us started. Let's go to now the grays for the stone. Well, it might actually be in the blues. Let's see what I've got over here. If I can look without blocking the camera. There's so much dust. That's what happens when you don't paint for 2 months. Everything got dusty. These might work. Let's see. So we're looking at these colors down here. too blue. That's not gonna work. Dang it. This is might be too warm, but maybe some of the inside. I don't know. Grays are so hard. I'm going to hold that just in case. But I'm not sure it's going to work. God, this is a hard pencil. Now this is a purple tint. Oops. Dropped one of my pencils. I don't think it's... No, that's not going to work. Now, one of the things you can do is you can take your photo or picture reference or whatever and pull it into, I use Affinity, whatever drawing program you have, and do an eyedropper and pull that color and then make like a circle. And sometimes that helps you be able to pick something. You can even print it. Dang, I might have to do that for these. Because it looks like it's got blue. I think it's got blue in it. But that blue one doesn't look right. And the purple one doesn't look right. This beside it makes it look green. So maybe we need, do they make a gray with a green tint to it? Maybe closer. I think this is closer. I'm going to hold it. It may be something where I've got to blend several different together and just like overlay them. I think this one's going to be pretty close. Here it's more blue, but none of these are working yet. For this color. I think I've already done that one. Did I do that one? Maybe not. This might work. I'll hold it just in case. Okay. Alright, that'll be enough to get it started. So I'm going to move on to... Sorry about reaching over the camera. But that's where all my pencils are. Alright, let's look at these warm yellows and golds. Oh, I already did some of those, didn't I? I think this is going to be kind of a peach color, though. Don't you think? Peach, maybe? So, I'm going to look at my skin colors, because they're very peachy. And we do have to get a color for her face anyway. Okay. No. Does she have a ruddy complexion? Let's see. That might be some of the lightest colors. And that will work here too. So we're definitely going to hold that one. We need that medium color in here. Darker in those dark shades. I don't know, that might. But while we're doing the reds, I could go ahead and get this, the fabric color. You know, I might actually use whatever I pick for her skin tones. I might actually use in this, mirror it in down into that. It has kind of a wine look to it. This can definitely be used in that fabric. There might be some of that in her chin, and maybe in the fabric as well. I really need that dark color. It might actually be in the browns. Yeah, this is actually from a skin tone set. They're very hard pencils, so they're not that easy to use, but it's colors I haven't been able to find in other sets. Yeah, we'll probably use that. Alright, like I said, that's enough to be getting started with it. Let's look at her hair. Gray hair. Probably use some of the grays we've already pulled. Yeah, I think we'll probably be able to use the grays we've already pulled. So, this is my starting set. I will definitely increase as I go, pulling what I need, because sometimes you don't realize what you need until you're actually into it. Oh, I know something I forgot to pull. The blue grays in her shirt. Or was this, that might be this one. Yeah, I think it is, okay. Alright, how long have we been on here? Alright guys, so I've been on here for over an hour. I need to take a break, get me a soda, and take the dogs for a walk. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me a little bit. And I'll try to do, the next time I'm working on it, I'll maybe jump on again. And hope y'all will join me. And y'all have a wonderful day. See you later.